Hello, I'm Marj Boyer. We talk about triumph over adversity in many walks of life. This particular interview comes from within Manchester Camerata and explains that people who have had to change their life at an early stage can go on to be top of their profession when something else happens, which means they have to change again. Let me explain a little bit further. And I'm interviewing a very interesting and diverse person. I wonder if you could tell me who you are.
My name is Gabor Takacs Nagy. I was born in Budapest. I'm Hungarian. Nobody were musicians in my family. Nobody was musician in my family. Everybody liked music. My parents are economists, and but my earliest musical memory, my great-grandmother was singing Hungarian folk songs for me. And even in the kindergarten, they realized, the adults who were with us, that I love singing. I'm always singing in tune, so I have a good ear, good sense of music, and I loved dancing. We learned Hungarian folk dances in the kindergarten.
So you were always interested in music right from a young age?
Always. I see a score and I have many ideas. Its fate was good with me, because it's early age of my life, everybody recognized that I am somewhere a born musician.
So at school it was recognized?
School recognized, always. And when I was 8 years old, nobody forced me to be a violinist, but when I was 8 years old, in the elementary school, a gentleman came into the class. Who would like to play violin here? Me. This was it. And everybody realized, and also I realized, I was quite a shy boy with others, but when music was there, I was liberated.
So this took you to a point where in your life you thought, I want to do this, I want to enjoy this more, I want to be part of this.
It was natural for me that I will be a musician. So it was always natural that I will be a musician. It was normal.
So you became a musician, you became quite a celebrated violinist, but you didn't do that in Budapest. You moved from Budapest.
We started with my friends. When I was 18, 19 years old, we found a string quartet, which was named after my name, Takacs Quartet, and they still exist. They considered one of the best quartets in the world today. And already in my time, we won many competitions. Yehudi Menuhin was our friend, and he was in a jury. He was the president of a jury when we won a competition. And he was a kind of friend and mentor for us for a long time. So I was lucky. With our quartet, we were very successful. But at the age when I was 30, we left Hungary for political reason, because it was communist regime in Hungary, and we got a job in University of Colorado, United States. But in '92, around 1991, 92, I developed a strange problem with my hand, and I left the quartet in '92, came back to Europe, married my wife, and my daughters were born in '92 and '90 and '92 in Geneva, Switzerland, and I'm living there. And I started to conduct in 2003, and since 10 years I am conducting.
So you have gone through 3 phases of your life so far. The first was that you became a violinist at an early age.
Yes.
The second is you founded a quartet.
A string quartet, yes.
And was world famous with that string quartet.
Yes.
And travelled all around the world.
All around the world.
But we're based in America?
First in Budapest, and after from '86 in United States, University of Colorado in Boulder, Colorado, near Denver. And the boys still has the Takacs Quartet, but not with me. I left my name, and they based in United States.
And then, because of a problem with your hand?
I had a problem with my hand. I left the quartet in '92. I did other things, teaching and try to play. But I was happy and lucky that in 2003 I started to conduct.
And you enjoy conducting?
No, very much.
What is it about conducting?
Because I can be on the stage, I can be creative on the stage with music. Because when I am teaching music, I can be creative, but I am a kind of passive creative. But on the stage, I can be directly with these great composers' pieces. Yes. And also, I told you before, that I tried to say, it was a big impact on me. When I was 15, 16 years old, and I started to go to orchestra concerts and classical music concerts, I realized it's boring. Actually, I'm not criticizing, I'm not a big-headed person, but I realized that classical music is not popular, but it's no wonder why. It's, I think, a little bit, is too serious, everything. Because I think classical music is about emotions, about like pop music, about our feelings. These composers put their heart in these pieces, and as Leopold Mozart told in his book, a musician's #1 goal is to manipulate the listener's emotions. So it's a spiritual medicine, playing music, and I feel myself that I am not a genius, but I have antennas for the geniuses. I somewhere, if I see a Mozart score, hey, I feel what he wants. I feel. I'm saying this without big-headedness. And I think our musicians around me, when we play music, we have to send emotional messages, waves to the listener, and if we really get inspired, for some seconds, the listeners will be lifted into another spiritual sphere, and they can forget their own problems.
So, and not only do you extend the music to your audience, but the audience becomes part of the orchestra. Of course,
we are all together, we're listening our music. So we can transform people, we can put people in.
And you are here in Manchester?
Yes.
And you are based in Manchester?
No, I am living in Geneva, Switzerland.
And do you work with other organizations also?
Yes, I'm invited to other orchestras, but I am very happy. This is my only artistic director job when I am, yes, and it's thanks to Bob Riley, who is the
He's the chief executive, isn't he?
Yes, chief executive, whom I met in 2008 or 2009 when they knew, they had a brilliant artistic director before my time, Douglas Boyd, brilliant oboe player and conductor, but he, I think if I'm right, in 2011, he stepped down. It's fascinating to be conductor because you're facing your own kind of, not negative things, but all of us have some kind of faults or something, and because you're working with people and you try to bring out the best from people, sometimes we have some blocks in ourselves. Even I start to know more about human characters, and even I learned a lot of things about myself.
Of course.
I have also a wife who is very clever English, but holds a mirror for me.
That's good. So if I look at this beautiful auditorium, it's a beautiful place. Is this normal? Do you normally?
No. It's first time when we're working here.
Right.
So it's not. We are very happy to be here today.
But there are some more facilities coming on stream for you, aren't there? Rehearsal rooms.
Yes. Lawrence Jones, who is
is a board member, isn't he?
No, board member who has a brilliant firm. He's a brilliant businessman, very creative, positive,
in IT,
honest person. And he, if I'm right, he has a building, a new office place, and he mentioned it in a board meeting that we can work, maybe we can work in his, there is a big room, a big facility there, so it will be fantastic.
So this is going to happen in the next few months, I assume?
Probably.
So that will give you extra room and certainly a different environment to work in.
Yes, exactly, and which can inspire us.
Yes.
Inspire us, and he is a very generous person with this.
So if I round this off and say you started on this journey in your life because you heard music and you liked what you heard, what would you say to young people or children about music?
I feel music is like when we're speaking to somebody. When somebody tells you anything, it's not the words which is touching your heart, but how they're saying it. Like an actor. An actor can say, I am sure you can do this better. I can say, I'm sure you can do this better. I am sure you can do this better. I am sure you can do this better. Again, this is a proof that is not the word, but how you're saying which is touching. So again, in music, it's not pim pom, but it could be tim pom or rim pom, lam pom. You know, what is behind the expression, which is the important. What I would say for youngsters, playing an instrument is not easy. You have to master it. It's not easy to play violin, but when you learn an instrument, never forget that at the end is not a materialistic thing to play an instrument. It's spiritual. Yes. And if it's spiritual, you can lift people's spirit. And if classical music players everybody would think about like this, I think classical music would be much more popular today. So I'm no wonder that my daughters are papa. Rather, I'm listening some musicians who can put out their heart in pop music. The classical music is beautiful, but it's like this. And really, through my daughter's eyes, it's opened my eyes. Hey.
So for young people, for children, you would say, feel the music, understand the music, have the passion of the music.
Have the passion, express yourself with it. And who cares if you're making some small mistakes? Next time won't be mistake, but
enjoy it.
The goal of music making is not avoiding faults, but play music, play, not working.
Yes.
So our job is a very complicated and tiring thing, but it's playing.
Thank you very much, Gabor. It's been very, very interesting to talk to you.
Thank you.